If you're out there, this is for you. Alright, so today we have my top foundations if you're a pale princess. If you're new to my channel, I'll put a playlist down below where you can check out some of my other videos for pale skin. You can kind of see what foundation combinations I use and just products that I love and things that I've found over the years that work really great for pale skin. If you self-tan or if you're just new to embracing your pale skin and you're trying to find foundations that work, I have collected a good amount over the years. I'm excited to share them with you guys. It feels great when you can actually find a foundation that matches your skin tone and that doesn't make you look like an Oompa Loompa anymore. I definitely went through the self-tanner phase. If you want to hear all about my pale skin journey and how I learned to embrace my skin, you can watch my How to Love Your Pale Skin video that will be linked down below and on the little eye over here if you're on mobile. Alright, let's just get into it. So like I said, it can be freaking hard to find foundation that matches your skin tone if you're as pale as I am. It doesn't look good wearing foundation that's too dark for you, and it feels so much better when you have something that actually matches your body and that you are confident in and that you enjoy wearing. So I have about 10 products here, and I'm just gonna start with Drugstore, the more affordable stuff, and then we're gonna work our way up to high end. I do wanna mention one product at the beginning of this video, and that's the Manic Panic Dreamtone. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you're probably sick of me talking about this. This is my holy grail product for pale skin. It's basically a white foundation that you can mix in with anything. It's like 12 or 13 bucks on Amazon. Link will be down below. I have a whole review on this. I have tons of get ready with me videos using this. You can basically mix this into any foundation to make it light enough for you. If you don't mind mixing foundations, you can actually make a ton of foundations that were too dark for you work by using this bad boy. I'm not gonna mention ones that I mix with this because the whole point of this video is actual foundations that are light enough on their own. That's just a little side tip. So the first foundation I'm going to mention is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge foundation. This is in the shade Porcelain. This actually came out this year and it's been a freaking lifesaver for me. Shade Porcelain by itself is super, super pale. It's a tiny bit too light for my skin tone. That is like a sentence that has never come out of my mouth in my entire life. So if you have even paler skin than I do, is paler a word? More pale? If you have fairer skin than I do, this will be perfect for you. I don't think I've ever met anyone that has paler skin than I do, but if you're out there, this is for you. And this is super cheap. You can get this at Walmart. Just a tip, brands are known for discontinuing their super pale shades. So if you try this out and you like it, I would order a few backups. I actually have like 4 backups of this just in case. Next product is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible 24-hour foundation. This is by L'Oreal. Did I say that? It is more on the pricey side for the drugstore, but it's totally worth it. I'll name all the shades, but you can pretty much assume that I'm the lightest shade in every single foundation that I mentioned. This is in the shade 101 Classic Ivory. This is light enough on its own. It's super long lasting. Has a nice matte finish. I'm not usually a fan of matte, so I usually mix this with like a luminizer or just another foundation that has a little bit more like luminosity to it. But if you like matte foundations, this will be perfect for you. The next drugstore product is the Rimmel Stay Matte in 010 Light Porcelain. I have a whole review on this foundation. It's basically a liquid mousse foundation. This one is super lightweight, is buildable, and it has nice coverage. Also, I should mention that most of the foundations that I'm talking about are pretty full coverage, medium to full or buildable to full coverage. That's what I usually go for, especially because I used to have pretty intense cystic acne and I still have acne scars and stuff that I have to cover up. This I think is like $6 from the drugstore, around there. If you have oily skin, this keeps you looking shine free. Next is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Foundation Stick. This is a stick foundation, which I'm not usually a fan of. This isn't super long lasting, but if you're just looking for like a quick run into the grocery store kind of thing, I just put a few swipes of this on my face and blend it out with a foundation brush and you'll be good to go. I should also mention that my favorite foundation brush is the Sigma Round Kabuki F82. In my opinion, it's totally worth it to invest in a good foundation brush like this guy. This gives the best coverage for me and I just love it. I've had the same exact brush since sophomore year of college, so about almost 4 years now. It's still going strong, it's great. You need this. I also like to apply my foundation with a foundation sponge. This is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I actually like this better than the Beauty Blender, and it's about 1/3 of the price. This is like $6 or something from Ulta. Alright, my last drugstore pick is the Revlon Color Stay 110 Ivory. This is probably the most popular drugstore foundation. This has been around for years. It's just one of those foundations that you can always go back to and it always looks good. It's light enough for my skin, super long lasting. You can mix it in with other stuff or just wear it by itself. I just have a pump on it from Beauty MP. If you're a beginner with foundation but want something that has good coverage, I would probably suggest one of these two. These just give great coverage and are fairly easy to apply. So now we're gonna go into high-end. I have 4 high-end foundations that I'm gonna mention today. The first is MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is in the shade NW10. I don't believe you can buy this in stores. I think you have to order this shade online unless they've changed that. This is just their classic Studio Fix Fluid foundation. It reminds me a lot of the Revlon Color Stay foundation, just like coverage wise and the shade and everything. I don't think you really need this one, but this is a high-end option. Next is the Sephora Airbrush foundation. This is the Perfection Mist Airbrush foundation in the lightest shade. I actually recently got this. This is the only foundation I'm gonna mention that isn't full coverage. I think I'm gonna have a whole other full review coming on this product. I watched a bunch of reviews and everyone was saying it was full coverage. On my skin, with my acne scarring and stuff, this definitely wasn't full coverage. The most I could get it to was like a medium coverage, and that was with 2 layers. This is more for someone who wants just like a light, quick application. If you have freckles and you just want to cover up some redness, but you don't want to like fully cover your freckles, this would probably be a good option for you. You can either spray it on the back of your hand or a palette and like dip your brush in and apply it, or you can just spray it directly on your face. I actually found the best coverage just spraying it straight on my face. The shade is definitely light enough. We have the YSL, what is this called? Fusion Ink Foundation. This is in the shade B10 Porcelain. This is definitely the most high-end foundation I own. I think this retails for about 60 bucks. Again, I have a full review on this product. I always go back to this when I just want something lightweight. It just looks great on the skin. It doesn't look like you're wearing any product. It literally feels like air on your face. I usually just brush it on, or we'll put some on the back of my hand and then apply it with a brush. And look at this gold cap. You can't go wrong. Last product I'm going to mention is Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. This is in the shade L42. They discontinued this for a while and it just came back like a few months ago. I'm only mentioning this because it is really freaking light. I'm not a huge fan of this foundation just because it looks really heavy and cakey on my skin. Mixing it in with stuff, it's okay, but I wouldn't wear this on its own. But some people do love this, so I feel like it might just be one of those foundations that's kind of personal preference, which is why I want to throw it in here. Get a sample. What is on my lip? Get a sample from Sephora. You might really like it and it might work out great for you. All right, so those were all my foundation picks. I know finding foundation for pale skin is like one of the hardest things makeup wise. I feel like it's just really trial and error. Try out some stuff, keep your receipts. You can always return from Sephora and the drugstore. If you try something out and it doesn't work for your skin, return it, try the next one. If you're a pale princess, rock it. Lawnmowers. Not everyone has pale skin and you're special and you're unique, and you should embrace it. If you guys like this video and it was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up so I know. Love you guys, thanks for watching, see you in my next video. Bye.